They say this is the most horrific story in the Bible. It all began in Gibeah, a small city in the territory of Benjamin. A Levite from the hill country of Ephraim arrived there with his concubine. She had left him months ago and returned to her father's house, but he had convinced her to come back with him. Reluctantly, she agreed. They set out on their journey, and as evening fell, they arrived in Gibeah. The streets were empty. They sat in the town square, hoping someone would invite them in. An old man saw them and brought them to his home, begging them not to stay outside overnight. But none of them knew the danger awaiting them. That night, men from the town banged on the door. Wicked men, full of malice, shouted to the old man, "Bring out the man who came to your house. We want to violate him." The old man went outside, pleading with them. "Don't do this wicked thing," he begged. But they would not listen. In desperation, the old man offered them his virgin daughter and the Levite's concubine instead. "Do with them whatever you wish," he said in a trembling voice, "but don't harm my guest." The men wouldn't relent, so the Levite pushed his concubine out the door. They abused her all night. Their cruel laughter echoed through the streets. At dawn, they released her. She dragged herself to the doorstep of the house and collapsed there. When the Levite opened the door in the morning, he found her lying on the ground. "Get up, let's go," he said coldly. She didn't answer. She was dead. The Levite picked up her body and took her home. He laid her on a table and cut her into 12 pieces. He sent one piece to each tribe of Israel, along with a grim message. "Look at what the tribe of Benjamin has done." The horror spread throughout Israel. The tribes gathered and demanded that the Benjaminites hand over the men of Gibeah who had committed this atrocity. But the tribe of Benjamin refused. They chose to protect their own, no matter how unforgivable their actions were. And so civil war began. The armies of Israel marched against Benjamin. 3 days of battle. On the first and second days, Benjamin prevailed. But on the third day, Israel ambushed them and struck a devastating blow. Almost the entire tribe of Benjamin was wiped out. When only 600 men were left, Israel stopped. They realized their rage had nearly led to the extinction of an entire tribe, but they had sworn an oath never to give their daughters as wives to Benjamin. The solution they found was just as cruel. They allowed the remaining men to abduct women from Shiloh during a festival. In this way, they ensured the survival of the tribe, but at the cost of more violence. Do you know which holiday is celebrated because of this story? Answer in the comments.